Welcome to another episode of the Goo Intelligence Sports Podcast Show. Hey, if this is your first time watching your boy, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I bring you all the latest Saints news. And today, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Today, I ain't gonna say necessarily a sad day, but it's a sad day. Mike Thomas will no longer be a New Orleans Saints. The Saints organization has released a press statement saying that they will be releasing him at the start of the new league year. And Mike Thomas doesn't look like he's taking the news very well. He has been on a Twitter rant ever since the news broke. But let's get into that a little bit later. Let's talk about the positive and the good stuff about Mike Thomas because truthfully, he is one of the best wide receivers the Saints has ever had. And that stretch run from when he was drafted until he tore his ankle up in 2020, hey man, it's up there with the greatest of them. It's up there with the greatest of them. Let's get into all of the Mike Thomas news here. So let's start at the top. Let's start from the beginning. Mike Thomas was drafted by the New Orleans Saints in 2016 as the 47th overall pick. He was a second-round draft pick out of Ohio State. We've seen the Saints go to the Ohio State well a lot to get some of its best players, right? Marshawn Lattimore, Pete Werner, just to name a few, Malcolm Jenkins. Like, the Saints have been to the Big Ten, Ohio State, to get most of their great players. I mean, Chris Olave is here right now, right? So Mike Thomas' career was on a trajectory to be a NFL Hall of Famer. His rookie year in 2016, he had 92 catches for 1,137 yards, 9 touchdowns. 2017 through 2019, he was going here and then here and then here. 2017, it was 104 catches. 2018, it was 125 catches. 2019, it was the record-setting NFL year with 149 catches. So we seen Michael Thomas, he was on a trajectory. He was getting up there. He was going to be one of the greats, and then the bottom fell out. His ankle got injured, and it has not been the same since. It has not been the same since. Michael Thomas had played every game the first 4 seasons. He has played 20 games in the last 4 seasons. So 2020, he broke, he didn't break the ankle, but he had a high ankle sprain. You might as well say it was broke because it never healed right. And it's probably to this day still hasn't healed back to its what it was before. So he only played 7 games in 2020. He missed the entire 2021 season. Then he came back in 2022 and only played 3 games before injuring his ankle. And then 2023, this year, he played 10 games before injuring his knee. So, he's a wide receiver. You need your ankles and knees to run. It is what it is. It's not like a quarterback position where they can put a brace on it and you can kind of get out there with limited mobility and still do your thing. No, you need all the mobility in the world when you are a wide receiver. And Mike Thomas is a very physical wide receiver. So he needs to be 100% healthy to be Mike Thomas, the Michael Thomas that we had come to know and love, But let's get into his career statistics. So Michael Thomas receiving receptions in his entire career, he has 565 catches. He was been targeted 744 times as a Saint. He finishes with 6,569 yards. He averaged 11.6 yards a catch. He has 36 touchdowns over his career. He has 357 first downs catches, and he's only had 5 fumbles. He hasn't fumbled the ball since 2019. It's 2024, people. So, and that's what a year he missed. And I understand the sample size may be small. It's still 20 games, but he hadn't fumbled in 20 games. But let's get into some of the tumultuous times of Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas, when he first injured his ankle, was given all kind of medical expert opinions on how to let it heal. The Saints wanted him to let it heal naturally. He tried that. It didn't work out. He had to have surgery when he went and got a second opinion on his ankle and ended up missing the whole 2021 season to the chagrin of the New Orleans Saints. But, it's Michael Thomas's body, and he has to do the best for him. I understand the Saints as an organization thought they were doing what was best for him, but they were not. And I believe some medical staff got fired over that. We can talk about Michael Thomas throwing Derek Carr under the bus, saying that he's the reason why he injured his knee this year, because Derek Carr threw him a bad ball, and he tried to be the receiver that he is and go get it anyway, and ended up injuring himself. We could talk about the times that Michael Thomas got into the physical altercation with Chauncey Garner. We know Chauncey. Chauncey talks. And Chauncey called him Slant Boy. And Mike Thomas went upside his head. So we are also seeing Chauncey get under the skin of other, opposing team players. You've seen it on national TV when the Bears wide receiver put his whole career on the line and decided to punch Chauncey when Chauncey had his helmet on, hit him twice. We know Chauncey has just loves to talk mess. He did it this year with Deebo Samuel, even though he's in Detroit now, but I ain't saying I agree with what Mike did to Chauncey, but I understand. So, we could talk about Mike Thomas and the general contractor this year in November, that he ended up breaking, damaging his window and cell phone or something like that. That hasn't been adjudicated yet. So I'm not going to necessarily speak on that and judge nobody, because that's still making its way through the court system. But Mike Thomas has had his run-ins with, it could be a bit of immaturity there on his part, but he's still young. Michael Thomas is no more than 31 years old. So I think he still has something left in the tank that he can put some more years together and end his career on a better note, because I don't think this is the end of his career, by no means. And I just wish him best, because he provided some great times for the New Orleans Saints. We were still robbed in 2019 with the infamous Tommy Lee and Rams pass interference call that wasn't called. So it's not like Mike Thomas didn't almost have us to the promised land, because he did. It's just, NFL felt as though the Super Bowl would have been better with a team from Los Angeles. They had built that $1 billion stadium. They had to get them there. So, hey, man, it is what it is. And, maybe that's the argument that some people have out there for us winning the Super Bowl. I don't believe it, but, whatever. So let's get into some of the stuff that Mike Thomas has said today. He has I ain't gonna say he went crazy, but he let the world know. He let Jeff Duncan know what was on his goddamn mind. He told him exactly how he felt. Right? Exactly how he felt. So let's bring it up. I'm bringing it up right now. Can't guard Mike. Mike Thomas in one of his tweets says, "Look at this clown. Y'all think he know ball? Yeah, right. Y'all really clicking links to what he write. Pound, good luck." He says, "Look like he take them salt things." Here's the one. Jeff Duncan is a hoe. Now, Mike, why you call that man a garden tool? Trying to stay relevant. So let's speak on it. The Saints leak information to him to try to ruin players' value But see, I'm not broke, so I can speak on it. He is broke, so he need clicks. Go look at all his articles that never end up being true. Oh, he got more. He ain't done yet. Jeff Duncan funny. How they planning on releasing me if I was on a 1-year deal? Don't fall for it. He the same dude that tried to be my friend in season after saying I wasn't the same player in training camp. Pound. Next topic. Micah, tell us how you really feel about Jeff Duncan. Man. Mike has let the Saints know that he don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. Look, there's 31 other teams out there. As Andrew Bynum once said, and this still resonates with me today, when the Lakers were planning on trading him and they told him they would trade him to the 76ers, and how did he feel about that? He said, hey man, there's a bank in every city. I feel you, Mike. I feel you, Mike. If nobody in the world don't feel you, I feel you. And I thank you. I thank you. So Mike Thomas' agent also came out to try to defend his client and say that the Saints had Mike Thomas on a 1-year deal. Now, let's rewind. Last season, the Saints did rework Mike Thomas' contract. They lowered his salary from $15 million to $1.6 million. So apparently, in doing that, they created and structured his deal as a 1-year deal. And if Mike Thomas was on the team on the 3rd day of the new league year, he would have had, $119 million in bonuses would guarantee. So ain't no damn way the Saints was going to pay him $119 million. Look, Mike Thomas with a healthy knee and 2 ankles ain't worth 120. No sirree, Bob. Jerry Rice ain't worth 120 in guaranteed money. Look, man, I like Mike. I don't like him that much. So yeah, the Saints, if that was what was going to be, you absolutely goddamn right. Do what you need to do to release him. But it ain't really a release because he was going to be a unrestricted free agent anyway, right? If it was a 1-year deal. But it's not a 1-year deal, because if you're telling me that if he's on the team in the third calendar day, then apparently he's still under contract, right? So that must be some legal mumbo jumbo agent talk that he got going on. He trying to pull the wool over my eyes, to make it seem like the Saints trying to ruin his client's value. Well, I don't necessarily believe that to be so. Look, all the NFL teams have been making these announcements about players that they plan on cutting. So if I'm Mike Thomas, don't take it personal. I get it's not really personal, right? It's business, right? Russell Wilson got put on blast Monday, and Sean said, look, man, get your hat and your coat. I ain't paying you nothing. Get out of here. I'm going to eat $85 million before I pay you another red cent. So if anybody got a bone to pick and a gripe, it's Russ. Not necessarily Mike, right? Mike, you ain't, look, I get it. Mike, you haven't played in 3 years like talking about it. You played 13 games since 2022, dog. Look, man, come on. You had to know. You had to know that this might be going down, brother. So don't take it out on Jeff. Jeff just the messenger. Jeff just the messenger. A dirty one, but he's still just the messenger. This coming from the top. This coming from Mickey. That's who is coming from, Mickey, your GM. Text Mickey. Let Mickey know he'll BAN or whatever. He'll tell Mickey he a hoe. You know what I'm saying? But hey, look at Seattle yesterday. Seattle say, Jamal Adams, you out of here. We ain't paying you no more. Quandre Diggs, you out of here. So don't take it personal, Mike T. Don't take it personal, baby. You know what I'm saying? They've got 31 other teams. I'm sure somebody gonna sign you, you know, and you can be somebody's number two. You may not be a number one anymore, but you can be a number two. You know, get healthy and you pick who you want to go play with. You know what I'm saying? You pick who you want to go play with. You know, I'm Mike Thomas is gonna be missed though. Let's just keep it real. Mike Thomas is going to be missed. Yeah, we got Chris Olave. We got A.T. Perry. We got Rashid Shaheed. We got receivers. The cupboard's not bare. But Mike Thomas is going to be missed, right? You know, if you throw the ball in anywhere near him, it's a catch. It's a catch. It's 85% of the time, 85% caught. You throw it anywhere in the zip code, it's caught. That stability and that even though his availability wasn't necessarily there, and that should be your best availability, right? So it wasn't necessarily there, but when he was in the game, you could count on him when he's in there. The problem was getting him in the motherfucking game. That was the problem. But hey, man, I am of the opinion I want to see how this is going to go. Because, look, we have a new offensive coordinator. And the San Francisco 49ers wasn't necessarily setting the world on fire with no big possession receiver like a Mike Thomas type. Yeah, Debo doing the shit that Taysom Hill be doing, except playing quarterback, right? So I just want to see what this offense is going to be like when we get new blood in there. The Clint Kubiak and the other new offensive staff that he got coming, right? Now, if this was Pete Carmichael's offense still being here, man, shoot me now. Because I wouldn't want to watch what was going to go down in August, between August and January. I would have probably went and got me a new hobby instead of watching the Saints. But we up, Saints. We up, Saints. We just got a guy from San Francisco that's coming from a culture of winning. So don't hold your head down to all my Mike T fans, all my Michael Thomas fans. I'm one of them, right? It's going to be tough not seeing him in the Saints uniform anymore. But let's move forward and see what Clint got up his sleeve. I'm sure the Saints are going to address the wide receiver position in free agency or the draft. Might be even both. You know, so the cupboard isn't bare for what we got right now, and I'm just ready to see what the new Saints have in store for us. Hopefully Dennis Allen can get his stuff together and be the head coach we want him to be, if he's capable of it. Otherwise, I hope Jeff Duncan release another statement about Dennis Allen's release, right? You're fired. One of them type things, right? So that's all I got for you today. Hey, man, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to share with me today, and I appreciate you for that. Until next time, peace. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's blow this video up. Let's get the YouTube algorithm involved. Let's soar into over 1,000 subscribers. I'm headed that way. All my day one supporters, I thank you, and I got more in store for you. Until next time, peace.